And he is still prancing around that ring.
Watch that entrance indeed, but they got a lot of color, both of them. Very colorful combination there, but this man, don't sell him short on his wrestling ability. A top wrestler, Jimmy Garvin, he's going to be a force to be handled with in a title picture, and it is not going to be very long.
His opponent across the ring, Rocky King. As we got to get ready here to go do battle out in the ring, Johnny.
That was a great shot of Jimmy Garvin.
I think she's going to have to straighten out his trusses a little bit there.
And he's about ready to do battle with Rocky King. What an exciting hour we have coming up. I can't wait to get to see that Tully Blanchard and Dusty Rhodes match.
Well, Johnny, as I say, we got some highlights of that match. What a tremendous match it was, and fans, you don't want to miss the highlights of that. As a matter of fact, you don't want to miss any of the excitement during this hour.
Well, look at the gorgeous one. Steady stuff, Bob.
Gorgeous Jimmy feels good tonight, let me tell you.
Telling Precious that he feels good tonight. He can really prance around the ring, Johnny. You got to give him that.
Great shot of Precious outside of the ring, guys. And Jimmy Garvin. A gorgeous one.
He's got a man in there right now can make him prance and run around that ring, and Rocky King. That's King slammed hard into the corner, and Garvin right in on top of him. Let him cover with a press. Couldn't hold him. Only the count of one. Well, I tell you, Johnny, Precious outside the ring is very animated. You can hear her constantly with a chain of chatter outside of the ring as she's yelling up words of encouragement to Jimmy Garvin.
And Garvin again taunting his opponent.
This don't look like Wahoo McDaniel.
Yeah, he's talking about the Indian chief, Wahoo McDaniels. He better not bite off too much with Wahoo McDaniel.
Wahoo McDaniel to me.
And I'm sure you heard that, fans. This doesn't look like Wahoo McDaniel to me. Could be the suplex.
Wraps Rocky King with a vertical suplex high in the air. Hooks the leg. And gorgeous one, Jimmy Garvin.
Private studio here to bring you a message. Everybody out there, Jim Crockett Promotions, Magnum TA. Now, this is supposed to be the most lucrative contract ever presented to wrestle on television by Jim Crockett Promotion. But what this is a joke. The Kremlin is embarrassed, I'm embarrassed, and most of all, Nephew Nikita is embarrassed. Now, we told you before that Nephew Nikita would not wrestle on television until Magnum TA signed the contract to wrestle on television for a United States heavyweight title. But because of this embarrassment, now I'll go one step further. Neither Nikita or myself will wrestle on television until this Magnum TA signs a contract to meet our stipulations, our terms on television. Or you may see old matches of us, old interviews of us, but this is just a ploy of Jim Crockett Promotion to try to keep his ratings up. But until you meet these terms, Magnum TA, Jim Crockett Promotions, the Kremlin will not allow Nikita to wrestle on television. Nikita.
Magnum TA,
You try and drag Nikita, but it no work. Make put you in Nikita contract. You go down.
Same old communist propaganda to me. Now, they said from the word go that they want a match on television. Well, I went to Jim Crockett. We came up with a contract. I signed a contract to defend the United States heavyweight title right here on television. And now they're backpedaling. Now all of a sudden they say the stipulations aren't what they want. They're more concerned about money than getting in the ring and getting a shot at the United States heavyweight title. Well, I think maybe, just maybe, Nikita's realized he's bitten off a little more than he can chew right here. And there's a whole lot of meat to try to chew up, my friend. So you think about this. I'm not going to meet your terms. You're going to have to meet the terms set by the NWA, set by Jim Crockett Promotions. This is America you're in, not Russia. You're going to have to do it America's way. You're going to have to do what we want to do. If you want to get this from me, you're going to have to do it right here on television with our contract. On that fateful evening, if you'll call it that, it was a tremendous battle. The battle was real intense because there's been a lot of animosity over the years built up between Tully Blanchard and American Dream Dusty Rhodes. But you see here, Tully's going right for that bad leg. You know, there was a lot of things surrounding the injury that he had on that ankle. A lot of people said that the boot that he was wearing was some type of a weapon, that he didn't really need to be wearing it. Well, you see right here that ankle is very easily injured. He needs some type of protective brace around it. He needs to wear that boot because the ankle is not 100%, no matter what anybody says. And you see Tully is taking full advantage of that situation right here. He's not attacking any other part of his body. He's going right for something that he knows is the weak link in the American Dream, and he's trying to use that to his advantage. Now here things have turned around a little bit. You see, Tully's gotten the thing all set up. He's got him in the figure 4 leg lock, but you see the American Dream right here using that maneuver, turning it around on him, switching around, putting all the pressure back on Tully Blanchard, letting him get a little dose of his own medicine, and you see right there, Tully had to break the hold.
Dusty, though, hobbling around the ring, that leg is giving him a lot of trouble at this point, Magnum.
In a tremendous amount of pain. He's operating right here on sheer guts now, and that's what makes him the tremendous competitor he is. He's right there, that big double punch. I thought he had Tully, his lights knocked out right there, but he's getting his wind back. He's getting himself, he gets himself this beautiful football tackle, and he's really setting him up good. He's got things turned back around. He seems like he's able to overcome the pain in that ankle. Right here, this is it. Right here, he went for the slam, and you saw that ankle collapse. It just isn't what it should be, and that's what Tully Blanchard is trying to capitalize on. He was right back on that ankle. He looked like a dog on a bone out there. He knew that was his one chance to get that national heavyweight title, and if he could take advantage of that injury, that old injury that a lot of other people had something to do with, I'm talking about the 3 horsemen, but then he'd be successful. You see him right now, he's going for that patented slingshot of Tully Blanchard's. He put a lot of men away from him. Nobody's ever kicked out of this maneuver, and right here, you just saw the American Dream kicking out of that slingshot. Look at the picture of anguish on Tully Blanchard's face, because he knew right there he'd given the American Dream his best shot. But I think a lot of people out there agree with me. When you see the conclusion of this match, when you see what came down, when you see everybody was involved, you'll have to agree with me that the story isn't over yet. There's too many things that have to go answered for, and it's not going to be left without something happening.
An unbelievable
conclusion of a classic battle and an ending that I have a hard time dealing with. You see, the world's heavyweight champion Ric Flair was ringside commentating this very, very classic battle. A man was supposed to be on top of the wrestling world. That's something I have a hard time dealing with, because you're going to see the 3 horsemen are always together, and when those people are out there, the odds are never in anybody's favor, especially America's team. Now, you see American Dream Dusty Rhodes has Tully Blanchard in that sleeper hold. He's got him in a very good handle situation. Then James J. Dillon up on the apron. Dusty's right on him, got the sleeper on him. Get him out. Now, look, right there you see James J. Dillon reaching his back pocket, throwing a foreign object in the ring. Now you see right there, Tully Blanchard is going for it. He's putting it on his hand. Well, Dusty's letting JJ drop. He's going to put his attention right back where it belongs on Tully. He gets blinded. He doesn't know where he's at. He's kind of everything off. That's it, right there. You see Tully getting dumped over the top rope. He's ducked out of the way. His momentum carries him over the top. And there's our illustrious world's heavyweight champion picking up that foreign object, putting it back on Tully Blanchard's hand, and helping him back in the ring. Now, what kind of way is that for the world's heavyweight champion to conduct himself? Right there, he ducks the punch. He's got him. He's going for a big rear suplex, and there's a big punch. Now, a lot of people will tell you Tully Blanchard always wears tape on his hand, but I'm going to assure you this. There's a lot more in that punch than just a taped hand. I don't care what anybody wants to say. I don't care how anybody wants to call it. I see things for the way they are, and right there, that was a knockout punch that Tully couldn't have delivered without the help of a foreign object. Now, here's the champion, the world's heavyweight champion, standing in the ring, and now this confrontation with Baby Doll. Baby Doll saw exactly what I saw. She saw him doing the deed, and now J.J. Dillon, the great man, right, trying to throw a woman around. There's 3 men right here, and the world's heavyweight champion crawling up to the top rope and doing what I believe, setting her up to try to break her leg and put her out, just like he did the American Dream.
You've ever seen in your entire lives. Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
Fans, the World Tag Team Champions, and Johnny Weaver, when you wipe away all the blustery of Jim Cornette, there are 2 tremendous athletes. The Midnight Express, beautiful Bobby, and Loverboy Dennis.
And Bob, they're a very colorful team, also like Precious and gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. But again, along with Garvin and these Midnight Express, they are tremendous athletes and great wrestlers, and of course the Midnight Express hold the World Tag Team title.
Their opponents, Rocky Kernodle and George South, and that South, as beautiful Bobby had him into the ropes. Boy, he landed a couple of powerhouse right hands on another one now as he's in the corner.
And they're one step ahead of any offense. George South. Hey, look at this! Beautiful drop kick! Caught him on the side of the head.
Boy, a good turnaround by South. He saw visions of a win as he covered beautiful Bobby, but he couldn't hold him, only a count of 1.
Beautiful Bobby back with that tremendous suplex, and there's a sigh of relief on the face of Jim Cornette there. Was disturbed for a moment. And he is disturbed by a cast that's on Ricky Morton's head by Betty Lou.
That's right, Betty Lou, that cage. He does not like Betty Lou.
Get up in that cage and swing from the rafters.
What are you doing?
He's got that championship belt right in the face of South. And we're going to get a switch. Rolling to the corner quickly. Here comes Kernodle. Staggering back to the corner, down on one knee. They had visions of a real quick win, Johnny, but it didn't work out that way.
He rolls him up. It could be it, Bob. And back on the attack now, the Midnight Express.
Fans, a brief reminder about next week. We want all of you fans to be sure and be watching next week, as we're going to have an important special next week about the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup. You don't want to miss that. We'll have it right here next week on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling.
And Bob, the fact that Nikita Koloff tore up that contract, and that was a lucrative contract.
An extremely lucrative deal, Johnny.
Big bucks. When Jim Crockett wants a match on television, he offers big bucks, and he still tore it up.
And now Ivan Koloff says he's not going to wrestle on television either.
Now look at the Midnight Express. They're taking over now, Bob.
Loverboy Dennis, as he had South face down on the mat, and he just kept rolling and rubbing that face into the mat. Slings beautiful Bobby with the elbow.
Amazing. Every time we see them, they've got new offensive moves and weapons. That's that's what makes them the world's tag team champion. They keep coming up with different maneuvers.
Two tremendous athletes who really have a lot of wrestling ability and a lot of savvy have to be the world champions. Johnny, with Jim Cornette out there, they could very well be the world tag team champions for a long, long time, especially if it wasn't for a team that I keep thinking about, and that's rock and roll.
And at the beginning of the program, Cornette was shouting accusations toward the Road Warriors.
Another tag. We're going to get another switch. South has made a tag also. We got two freshmen in the ring. Rocky Cornodle now, Loverboy Dennis.
And our crowd picks up the tempo. Rocky Cornodle, a tremendous athlete, also got that speed and quickness to match that of the Midnight Express.
A standing drop kick by Cornodle. Oh, now they got him in a double team. He's in trouble here.
Maneuvered him very intelligently into that corner, made the tag, and they got him in trouble, Bob.
That's what you got for.
One important factor in the wrestling of the Midnight Express, when they get you in trouble, they know how to put the finishing touches to you. They can do it any number of ways, Johnny. Cornodle was trying to get back to the corner. He needed the tag, and he was trying to make it to South.
The Midnight Express, Bob, have a lot of offensive weapons in their arsenal. A lot of things that they can do to put you away. And they look like now they're taking command of this situation. Backbreaker.
He just throws Cornodle to the mat. Beautiful Bobby. Cornodle right through the leg. He caught him napping.
And they caught John South coming through the ropes. And he's not faring any better than Rocky Cornodle was.
Up onto the top rope, out of the ring. Here goes beautiful Bobby.
He does it best for that top rope.
Tremendous leap over halfway across the ring with a knee right into the back of the neck of George South.
Let's see Loverboy Dennis in there now. There's that full Nelson. The leg trip and
Action. Pistol pass, Wadley. Mike Samani, Johnny Weaver.
And Bob, that was quite an interview you just had there with the new national heavyweight champion and James Day Dillon. However, the match we saw earlier, I know the outcome of that match has a lot left to be desired in a lot of us minds, but they better not think that Dusty Rhodes' American Dream is through, or they're going to have another thing coming.
You know,
not by a long shot.
A lot of people have tried to count him out time and time and time again, Johnny. And you know he always bounces right back, does the American Dream, one half of America's team. And I tell you, I think if I were Tully Blanchard, I'd be looking behind me very closely to see where Dusty Rhodes is.
You know Dusty Rhodes is going to be all over Tully Blanchard now that this has happened.
Johnny, there's one important thing that I think that we should remind all of the fans about when Tully Blanchard was out there talking, and he said that Dusty Rhodes was through because Tully had never regardless going to give him a shot at that championship. He is just saying that he is never, ever going to wrestle the American Dream again, Johnny. What do you think of that?
Well, I'm sure Dusty Rhodes is really biting at the teeth to get Tully Blanchard back in the ring now.
Well, and I think fan pressure's got a lot to do with that, too, Johnny.
The Three Horsemen have really given a lot of people fits, and of course, you look at the Three Horsemen, you got the world champion, you got the world TV champion, and now you got the national champion. How they got, some of them got the belts, in some people's opinion, it really differs a lot, but I'm sure there's plenty of guys there that's angling to get them back in that ring, especially the American Dream, and they better not count him short.
Mike Samani now slowly getting to his feet. When you think about the Three Horsemen, as you call them, as Flair slams Samani to the mat. Think of the championships they got. You've got the world heavyweight champion Ric Flair. Now you've got the national champion Tully Blanchard. And you've got the world's television champion in Arn Anderson, Johnny.
And we might have a winner right here. Fine side suplex by the Pistol Man. Oh, Mike Simoni.
Simoni right across the eyes. Now he's got Wadley into the corner. Trouble here for the Pistol Man. That's an equalizer for you. That
The young
headbutt.
man was going after the wrong part of Pez's body. And that headbutt really buckled the knees. There's a Pistol Man high in the air.
Payback time now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he went flying to that turnbuckle. Hit it hard into the corner. Wadley right on top of it.
No.
Remember, upcoming, you got to see.
No. That is not going to work either. Look at the Pistol Man lock.
I just wanted to remind you, fans, the boogeyman, Jimmy Valiant, next. As Wadley's coming on strong. Driving forearm, Johnny.
A flying headbutt, a lateral press, and the Pistol Man has himself a big victory. Right here on national television, the Pistol Man with a...
He's really fine. Someday I hope to make him mine, oh, so sweet. And just the way he looked at me swept me off my feet.
And the Boogie Woogie Man goes right to work on Gene Liggett in the ring. The Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant. And this man is in quite confrontation too. The war is heating up once more with #1 Paul Jones, and Jones has surrounded himself with a lot of new people. And the Boogie Man's about to wrap one up.
Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Along with Precious. And what an arrival here on Championship Wrestling. Going up against Big Bob Owen. And Garvin immediately puts Owen back in the corner.
So good today.
Maybe a lot of glitter in the one, the only gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. But when he locks up in that ring, buddy, he is all business. Good. Fireman's good. Got a break that time, did Pee Wee Anderson. Garvin struts around. I think his asking for Wahoo McDaniel as we take a good look at Precious cheering on her man and letting the fans know what she thinks of him. I think Garvin's call to Wahoo may result in the Big Indian just taking him up on that. A knee to the back. Big knee that time again. Owens That's gorgeous Jimmy. High back cross. And that big man hit the mat very, very hard. Garvin setting him up. A brainbuster suplex. Hard down on the back of the neck. Athletes in the world today going up against Lee Peak. The Raging Bull. Oh, big elbow. This man is on fire. The burrito took his head right off. Down his Peak, and he is out.